Always a good thing to wake up to, right? How are we doing today, guys? I'm TubbyGeezer, and we're gonna play more Wolcen because I'm still kind of hooked. I'm definitely hitting like the struggle bus real hard on this game, but let's go ahead and start it up. Yeah, this game's tricky. It reminds me, the end game reminds me very much of Diablo 3, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. But it definitely ramps up. I guess the levels can go past even the player level cap, so you can just like eventually get so powerful you can take on like level 150 stuff. I don't know what the max level is, but let me put this back on 1080p so it doesn't look like garbage. Yeah. Oh, almost. There we go. I am level 62. There we go. My boo. Level 62. So, here's the thing. I got all the way up to like level 69, I think was the final like level I did. Hold on, let me check.
Welcome to the Purple Phoenix.
Oh, I can't do champion yet. So I've completed this, though. The level 67 one. So this is 67, 68, 69. Are the 3 floors. And it gets pretty tough. I'm gonna do one, but I don't think it's, like, the best way for me to grind. If I want to respec, it's gonna take me a lot of gold. Oh. Oh, right. No, passives aren't gold. Passives are this other stuff. Which, 1550, do I have that? Oh, I do. Man. So, I feel like some of these are not amazing. Do need that, though. The rage generation on kill is important. So what, like, maybe this isn't as important as I think, but crit's nice. I don't need this attack speed. I don't need attack speed. I don't think it affects my ability. My little whirly blades. I don't think it makes it cast faster or whatever. I do want that for block. Crit damage, and health is really important. This is super important. So, check this out. I don't think I had this last time when I played. If I did, I apologize. So what this does is you will receive a bonus depending on which chest piece you have on, and the same bonus applies to helmets with this one applied. If you have a heavy chest piece, its all resistance bonus is doubled. So I got that, and I got a really high all resist chest and a really, well, it's not a really high, but a decent all resist helmet. And now my resistances are actually pretty insane. Almost 60%, which is huge. And I have 36k health, which I know isn't a ton. People have over 100,000. But I feel like it's helped me survive, but I feel like my damage is lacking because of it. What I'm really looking for next for damage so I can kind of progress further, because I'm not dying at all, is I really need crit rings, which I actually have right here. Crit damage rings. But what I want on them is, and here, I'll go ahead and roll this one just a few times to see if I can get it. What I really want is health, because I have 877 max health on this one ring. I want health, and I want more crit damage. I think you can get up to 30% crit damage as like one of the blue affixes, so Keep rolling it. Oh, double damage to attacks. That would actually be my dream. I might almost forego the health if I could get double damage to attacks and crit damage. I have a feeling if I equip 2 critical rings with, like, 50% crit damage for both... Well, what would that do to my... Hold on. My crit damage is 226. That would make it 326. It's like... Yeah, that's a lot of extra damage, especially because I have a really high crit rate. I was hoping streaming this would make me lucky, but it didn't. Let's do a mandate first. I think these level up with you.
Work. Thanks.
This will be my warm-up. Yeah, this'll work. But you'll see when I do start taking hits, which will happen, that because my resistances are so high, and this game's a little weird. So, like, resists are... Like, in some games, there's armor and there's resist. This game is literally just resist. So, the fact that I have 60% resist all, basically, that includes physical hits, that includes everything. So I don't take a lot of damage. Which is weird, because I never build defensive builds in these games. I always build glass cannons with my own devices. So... Yeah, so these level with me. They're level 62. Also, I did find out that, as you level, even though a lot of the items you get are the same types of items, that even, like, well past where I'm at now, like, if I do level 65 areas, I'll actually get better rolls on loot, like higher potential stats. So there is a point to leveling up past, you know, your current level and doing higher level content. But it's gotten to the point where the bosses have, like, this boss has 400,000 HP, but at level 69, bosses have, like, oh god, like 1.3, 1.5 million health, something like that. Kind of insane.
They are.
Kill elder demons of soul. I didn't even notice what my thing was. It's 100% these guys.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
That hit hurt me a little bit. I leech life almost immediately. I don't know if you caught that. But my health definitely dropped down to like 25k and immediately jumped back up because of the life leech.
The power flows through me.
Alright, I'll take a level. Alright, my crit chance is fine. I'll start buffing up my health a little bit. Just based on the fact that I think I'm going to lose some health when I change rings. Die. Oh, and that was all of it? Okay.
Well, you managed it. Take your fee.
Man, so I have 2 projects going, some pretty big ones.
Anna Ruse, would you stop that? That will never... Oh, my lord. I did not see you enter.
It opens up more
Was there something you
places,
needed?
and this lets me duplicate skills. But these are going to take a minute to do. Probably won't even get them done today. Because even for, like, the hard expeditions, it's like 400 or so progress that I get. And these need 3,000 and 5,000.
Hello there, friend. Please, browse my wares.
Spell damage, garbage, garbage, garbage. Not entirely garbage, but worse than what I got. It's gonna be really hard to get rid of the helmet I've got. I mean, it's legendary, but it's also got some pretty decent stats for me.
You have a good eye.
Wow. It's more block chance, which means more damage, but... I lose efficiency and I lose resist. Can't do it.
Your patronage is appreciated.
And even though I have nothing to prove it, I've heard attack speed does not scale well in this game. So I've been kind of avoiding it.
Your patronage is appreciated.
Alright, let's go do something difficult. Also, so I'm very close. This is where I want to be. Your willpower generated is transferred into rage. So this basically, yeah, passively generate rage instead of willpower. I originally was going to do like a hybrid build. I know that there's a unique shield that lets me cast sacred spells, so I could alternate between spells and, like, rage attacks. But I haven't found that, so I'm not going to build for it unless, you know, currently. There's some good stuff over here, too. But I really, like, rage per hit taken... critical chance score, like these things are really important for. This is force shield stuff. This is where we'd go for status ailment stuff. Yeah. So the only problem is getting to here. This even looks interesting. Skills have 100% rage cost when rage is over 750, but skills cast at this increased cost deal double damage. So if I'm full rage at 1400, I should be able to cast 2 of my spinning blades over set and get double damage out of each. Which is insane. But the question is, do I... Fire damage doesn't help me a lot. Yeah, you know what? I don't know how this scales, because... So check this out, right? This thing does 30 to 60 physical, or 38 to 60 physical, and 140 to 203 fire damage. I haven't found a weapon even close to this in damage. At all. Even if I full-socketed, like, the best sword I've found, it still would have been, like, 20% weaker than this. But it's mostly fire damage. However... when I do this, it says that the damage that this skill is doing... Like, okay, so the damage that my Flight of Gavanir or whatever is doing is mostly fire. Because normally it's physical, but it's whatever based on my weapon damage, and most of my weapon damage. Why isn't it doing any physical then? Oh, because it converts base physical to fire. But if I remove that, I'm still doing a ton of fire damage. Right? I'm still doing a ton of fire damage. Wait. This is broken? Look at my damage. 5,600 if I don't have this on. 4,600 if I do. Weapon damage plus 12%. And yet it goes down. Weird, man. Guess I'll keep this. But yeah, even without it, it does a ton of fire damage, right? The problem is this, because on the ability it says, throw a spinning cat axe in a circle around you that deals damage. Base physical converts into rend. So, for whatever reason, even though the majority of my weapon damage is fire, it's still converting all of it to rend damage. So I don't think increased fire damage will help. I'm doing 7483. Let's go ahead and just do it and see what happens. Still 7483. Yeah, it did nothing. What's my dodge chance? It's gotta be low. Yeah, it's 0. So I should have done this. Status, ailment, resistance, dodge chance. Each per hit taken. This looks good. Oh well, too late now. Wasted point. I don't know, man. Anyway, let's do an expedition. I'll go ahead and throw down for a level 67. I'll even put a couple modifiers on it. Oh, enemies have plus health. That's really rough. Alright, we'll do it. Hey, Hunter! What's up, dude? Playing some Factorio. Nice, dude. So yeah, I'm definitely not one-shotting things anymore, which is kind of scary. And I've finally learned to only pick up things that I actually need. It's a weird feeling. I'm worried a little bit that I'm getting to the point in this game where I'm gonna start getting like one shot. Like things are just gonna do like 40k damage in one hit. I'm gonna have to reevaluate my entire life. actually thought about starting a like a bow character last night because I heard there's some pretty cool builds with that, but I don't know. I feel like I don't want to go through it all again just yet. I want to work on this guy a little more. Not to mention, I did find out, like Diablo 3, you can actually, you can use gems from one character on another, so leveling up a second character would be way easier. I would say, though, like, even though I'm starting to feel the struggle a little bit, the fact that I'm feeling the struggle on stuff that's 5 levels above me, I guess isn't that bad. Hello? Hello? I do love that ability. It's a lot of fun. I'm getting garbage for loot, though. This guy could probably kill me. This guy's tough, but look at this. He's got 1.1 million health. There we go. I guess I do have the health modifier on, but still. Ooh, hello, red chest. Nothing. I'm just gonna stand there and take it, chat. Oh no. Boss isn't up yet. Okay. I actually don't know what my block chance is either. Say that in here somewhere. Hello, amulet. I'll take you. Block chance 74.78, so 48.5% or 38.5% base, 78.5% with a 40%. I could do better. Ruby. For thunk. I feel like I'm just getting really garbage drops, though. Usually by this point, I've got a full inventory. Weird. God, I love the look of this sword, though. It's so sick. For the record, one thing I will say about this game, this is the basic armor. I haven't done transmogs, I haven't done whatever it's called. I haven't done dyeing of anything. I haven't used the transmog thing. This is just the armor I'm wearing, and it looks so sick. Hurts. Opens the chest. Sell the things. Stop running. It's gotten to the point where I'm looking for pretty specific stuff. It's getting harder and harder to find upgrades. Like, I've definitely pigeonholed myself a little bit. See, this is what I want on a belt. Critical hit damage. That's actually really cool, except the willpower regeneration doesn't help. And missing 886 max health. Like, what does that do to my health if I put it on? Okay, so... Wait. What? Critical damage 30%? That can't be right. Oh, it's bonus, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's just bonus critical damage. So my total's 256. Oh, it doesn't tell you. That's right. It doesn't tell you what year. So 7483. My health is at 37k. 33k. It's a huge loss in health, but 286% crit damage, which is really good. Like, that number going up is going to be a huge difference. One day. One day we'll find what we're looking for, chat. When it happens, it'll be a beautiful thing. Oh, there's another one. This is good enough. This I'll keep. This is crit damage. Elemental damage isn't great, but maybe that'll work with some of my stuff. It's got redden damage added to attacks, better health, and crit damage. I will take that. 7483. 7377, but with better crit. Yeah. Yeah. I got an upgrade, chat. I did it. All right. Because the thing is, with 50%... Okay. Meteor Strike boss modifier. Sick. I don't know what that is. Boss modifiers are usually pretty brutal. I cannot express how much I hate this particular area, though. I think last time I streamed this, what was it, Wednesday or whatever? I think I actually died to the barrels, the shock barrels, because my dumbass ran into it with stuff spinning around me. Okay. Those.
I need more power.
Yeah. Hello? That hurt. So, that little bit of critical damage, I am noticing that I'm occasionally getting 30,000 damage crits, which is new. Oh, also, I totally forgot to mention this, in case anyone was wondering. Last time I streamed this, which was Wednesday, they hadn't fixed the passive tree bug. They have now. So I am like 70% weaker than I was. Because the little broken spot on the skill tree was reduced in effectiveness. Which, to be fair, needed to be done. I was steamrolling everything with like 45, 50,000 damage crits. Hello. All right. I didn't think I had that much room left. So I'm gonna stop complaining about loot now, because that was fine. That actually hurt a little bit. Let me look at that gauntlet I got. Stop. Why though? this score? Ooh. Cost reduction I'd be missing. Not from me. Oh God. Little graphical lag there? Weird. Also, I don't have any hard evidence for this, but these little underground, like, side areas, these almost always seem to have, like, increased numbers of, like, they always have something cool, like a red chest, which can drop, uniques and legendaries and stuff, higher chance of that. Or, like, the little, like, loot goblin things. Like, I feel like there's always something in these areas that is worth coming into.
A worthy reward for my efforts.
A little bit. Yeah, there wasn't anything great that time. Oh, Lord. Good. Hello, bow. We're gonna make room for that. The legendary. Required level 60. Jesus. Plus physical and frost, material status, ailment, attack speed. Like, I still don't get it. Like, look at this. 109 to 229. This is 178 to 263. Like, I don't use bows, but even if I did, like, the one-handed sword I have is better. And that's crazy balls. All right. I don't have any more inventory space. Alright, what else can I get rid of? That's junk. This whole enemies respawning, or like, spawning weaker enemies after they die thing is kinda hilarious. Please don't die, please don't die. I wasted all that time. Okay. Not okay. Not okay. Good.
I need more power.
Good God. Those lightning bolts that happen around him are no joke. Have I ever played PoE? Oh, yeah. I've played PoE for like 2,500 hours. I've always been a huge ARPG fan. Did I say JRPG? ARPG. Oh, whichever. The one that I meant. Yeah, PoE's great. I've lost interest because I don't know, I've done everything I wanted to. Yeah, this is like, there's a lot of things in this that are reminiscent of, like, they took little bits of Path of Exile, Diablo 3, Grim Dawn, and kind of all mashed them into one game. Like this is very PoE-ish. The skill tree, the passive tree. Except the cool thing about this is you can rotate. You can rotate the sections, which I think is a cool twist on it. Yeah, you can rotate all 3 sections and then build out from there. It's kind of cool. And then, of course, kind of like Diablo, they took this from Diablo, where, like, you have a skill, but then you have runes that open up over time that modify it in different ways. For instance, this ability originally just throws a single blade in a circle around you. But if you get this, it spins for 4 seconds, which is what you were saying, and it follows you as you move, instead of just wherever you click it, it does it once. So you can actually alter skills to be completely different than what they used to be. Kind of cool. And this is like the version of maps from PoE or rifts from D3. They're called expeditions, and you basically do 3 levels of increasing difficulty, and if you beat all 3, you get a big reward. It is... Okay, so, while I am talking a lot of good things about it, I will say that there are issues. I'm playing in offline mode, which is better, but online is still having server problems. Online is having problems with people losing their characters, getting deleted. There's still a handful of bugs in the game. I've run into a few of them. None, like, game-breaking that I've seen. But I've run into ones where I'll get, like, halfway through one of these and get stuck, or, like, a boss will be, like, stuck in a wall or something. It's out of early access, but I think for most people, it could definitely use a little more, little more time to cook, I guess. And then, this very much follows kind of the PoE thing, where, like, items, like, rare items can have up to 4 affixes, legendary items can have up to 6, and then there's also unique items like this that just have very special... Yeah. So, yeah, it's not an instant buy, I wouldn't say, but, I mean, if you're an ARPG fan and you're looking for something, it is $40, and that's the problem, right? So, but if you're an ARPG fan and, you know, really looking for something, I don't think this game's gonna be a disappointment. It might just be frustrating until they get it all fixed. But I'm loving it. I've played, like, probably 50 or 60 hours of this already. Alright, one more level. So enemies are level 69. I'm level 63. Oh god. Oh, and I also have Thor's hammer, because why not? Right? And weird too, because like the resources in this game are very weird. The fact that rage and willpower are opposite ends of a sliding scale, so you either build rage or you and then use it, or you use willpower and then wait for it to regeneration. Ooh, hello. All I want. And honestly, if I do find the legendary shield... So, think of willpower as mana, and rage as, like, a warrior's version of mana.
It's not possible.
A lot of games use rage kind of like you have to build it up by attacking things and then spend it as a warrior. So if you'll notice down here, like... Here, let me stand here for a second. You'll notice down there, it's one bar that slides back and forth. So you can't have full willpower and rage. As you use willpower, you gain rage. As you use rage, you gain willpower. So there's a lot of builds out there because this one I've got ways to generate rage. This generates rage. My stomp generates rage. Killing things, taking hits generates rage. I have a rage potion. But there are builds out there that utilize both. Like, they'll have spells and rage attacks. So they can just, like, mana burn with their spells down to 0. And then use all their rage to push it back. And then use spells to push it back. It's very much like a balancing act. And a lot of people are kind of saying it's not great. I love it. I think it's really interesting, the things that you can do. That, being more powerful isn't necessarily just strictly numerical, but it's the less downtime you have between attacks. Yeah. But you see my rage go back up as I'm killing things. So I have a pretty good sustain on this. It is getting to the point where it's kind of hard to sustain on bosses. Because I run out of ways to sustain before the boss dies. Hello. Still working though. And this is the highest level I've ever been. 69. I'm a child.
Don't have enough space.
Oh wow. I'm out already, huh? Oh god, there's that meteor strike thing. Jesus. Don't level up. Well, that's the thing, the endgame areas, because you're going through 3 floors in each expedition, they start at like 61, 64, 67. So this expedition I can do over and over, and the levels will always be 67, 68, 69. So I can run these all day if I want. I'm only level 63. And a half. Hate leaving loot though. $1.4 million health on this dude.
Do that.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no. Holy Christ, dude. Calm down.
On to the next one.
Jesus. you. Yeah. Oh. So on this one, there isn't actually like an option to go down to the next floor. It's just back to town. And then boom, all the XP and stuff.
Didn't you?
21,000 gold.
Get caught up.
So here's the other part of the game, and this reminds me a little bit of like Black Desert Online, which is weird. So you get productivity from doing those. Productivity, it's a very simple, like, city building thing. But
There you are, my lord. We were just discussing some projects we had in mind. Care to hear about them?
Already did. So this whole thing, you can click on any of these and upgrade. So this, for instance, buying prices at merchants will be decreased, selling prices will be increased. You pay 100,000 gold, you pay 2,400 interact juice or whatever this stuff's called, and this is what you get from learning skills that you've already learned. You saw me clicking on the little round things in my inventory. Those are skills that you can learn. Yeah, and those are, you get 100 for each one of those that you, I don't know, fuse to your body or whatever. And then 2,000, the hammer is what the productivity that you get from doing the expeditions. I got like, I think 300 something for that one. So I'm currently doing some really high-end ones. Like this one takes 5,000, this one's 3,000. What I really want, I've got these, so I can actually convert gold to the interact stuff and back.
Come on in. I'm not really
doing this one,
important.
Which allows you to duplicate skills. So you can have the same skill with multiple different like runes on it, multiple times in your bar for different situations.
What do you want? Oh, sorry, my lord.
These are expeditions you can send guys on, which I'll go ahead and do, just to show you guys. Yeah. There's one that I'm really looking forward to. Like, this is crazy. You get a 5th skill slot, which is kind of awesome. I need to do that one soon. Then there's this one. You get a passive skill point for doing it. I don't know if it's repeatable. If it is, that seems broken, but...
My lord, do you have a minute?
Sure. What do you have for me this
time? And then this stuff right here is what I'm working on
I
unlocking.
suppose you could
Gosh. The Transmutation Forge apparently lets you take, like, unique items and transform them into, like, even stronger ones and stuff. All sorts of insanity. But, yeah. And like every good game, you've got a stash, and you've got all this good stuff. Gems. If this part looks like Diablo, it should. Because it basically is. Because they're... I've been saving all my legendaries. I don't know if I should be, though. Stash management, yeah. You actually unlock these 3 stashes with, by doing more of this stuff. I forget where they are. They're in here somewhere, though. The bank?
Please, come in, my friend.
100k and 5,000 productivity, and then 200k and 1,000. So it takes a while. I do believe that all this stuff carries over to other characters, so if you make new characters, it will,
a customer.
You'll still
Welcome
have it.
To my humble stand.
Done. Good lord. Oh.
The quality on this one is unmatched.
And Force Shield in this game is very much like Energy Shield in PoE. The way that you build around it is different, but the basic concept of a regenerating shield over your health is still there. Ooh. What? Oh, I lose toughness, though. Damn. This is better. I'll take toughness over wisdom any day. Boop.
Your patronage is appreciated.
41, or we crossed 40k health. Nice. Damn, like, dude. It's got double flat damage on this, and it's still nowhere near as good as my current weapon.
Your patronage is appreciated. You know Mojave is always the best value.
My build is kind of almost as complete as it's gonna get. There is potential to be a little better. Hold on, let me do this and I'll show you.
Usual clientele.
That out. I'll keep this because reasons. And then I want to put a socket in this. That is not something I can put a socket in.
Not
it's
happening.
this one.
Thank you for your custom. We appreciate it.
What do I want? Maybe supports. Oh, here we go. I want support 1 on it. So I can get crit chance.
Ah, so you wish to harness the secret power of gems.
Yes.
Thank you for your custom.
And
We
put
appreciate
crit chance on there. Attack crit chance. So, okay, so the build I'm using is this bleeding edge. It's been kind of going around, and I knew it was strong because I watched a couple streams. But what I have to balance it out is big, like, block chance points. This that gives me tons of elemental resist with my chest and helmet. A lot of defenses. A lot of critical chance everywhere. The points that you get to spend go into these 4 categories, and you get bonus damage strictly from having points in them. So you get a huge amount of your damage just from leveling up. Ferocity, though, is what gives you crit chance. So I'm going for a high crit chance one, and then this is health. And then agility is attack speed, which I don't really need because it doesn't seem to affect this ability. And then wisdom is ailment chance, which you can build around that too. So that's like, you know, burning and shock and freezing and all that stuff. So there's a lot of ways to do it, but I'm just going like a basic crit bleeding edge build. Now what I'm working towards now is this. Your willpower generated is transferred into rage. So this is, I'm 2 levels away, and that means instead of having full willpower and having to constantly use my shout and my like stomp and stuff to gain rage, it'll just reverse this, and it'll automatically fill up rage over time. So it's gonna be amazingly huge. I actually can't wait for that. Oh. Put that. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, I forgot I had that. It's a sick 2-handed sword. And for the record, I have been playing this for probably 40 or 50 hours, and these are all the uniques I've found. Like, they do not drop like candy in this game. Also, you know what? I'll do a map. There are actual maps in this. Totally not a ripoff from PoE. Lol. So, Wealth Omens. I believe these are the little, like, loot goblins. We'll go ahead and do it. Nah, we'll do it at level 67. Why not? So this makes it, instead of a 3 floor area, it makes it one floor, but it puts these modifiers, the dungeon with higher population of Wolcen, which are just loot goblins.
No need to read the small print.
Yeah, let's
You
put
know
some
the
modifiers
drill.
on here. Why not? Oh god. Underling enemies have 28% chance poison on hit. Sure, that sounds terrible. Let's do it again. Specialist enemies have 74% max health. Sure. Let's do those two things. Oh, let's do another one. Lightning bolts boss modifier. That's the one that almost killed me last time. Okay. I've made a mistake. Ow. So, excuse me, could you please come down here and die? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Holy F, though. I don't think there's quite enough lightning bolts happening everywhere. This. Hello? Yep, there's another one. Okay. Yep. I like that they call them wealth omens instead of loot goblins. It kind of makes me happy, honestly. Alrighty, let's go in here. Not gonna lie, tossing double Thor's hammers is pretty fun. Kind of amazing. Ooh, curse chest.
I can't carry that.
By the way, if you're wondering how sometimes I'm just not taking damage when I take hits like that, it's this. So Juggernaut summons like a damage shield, basically. I don't know how much it does, and that's one of the problems with this game, is the fact that they really don't tell you... Oh, you're good. One of the problems with this game is they don't really tell you how much. Like, this just says summon a shield that absorbs damage. It breaks at a damage threshold. It doesn't tell you what that damage threshold is. And even when you go into, like, here, like, you've got increases shield absorption. Still doesn't tell you how much. Inflicts a portion of your weapon damage on enemies attacking the shield. Doesn't tell you how much. Maximum absorption is increased by a percentage of your block chance. Still doesn't tell you how much. Yeah, well, it's even to the point where... I don't know if an external guide would help that much, because... I mean, the game's relatively new, and a lot of these skills are new, so a lot of people just don't know. Now, to be fair, this is all things that they know and they want to work on. But I think it was a case where they had to, like, full release the game to, like, make the money to keep working on it. And they are. They're still working on it. I'm just really hoping it doesn't go the way of, like, Anthem. I hope it doesn't end up a dead game in, like, 3 months because they just give up on it. Now, I have no reason to believe that's what's gonna happen, but, you know, stuff can definitely happen. I'm just hoping it doesn't. The nice thing, though, is that no matter what, even if they... I mean, it's a fun enough game for me that even if they do, like... If it goes south and just ends badly, there's always going to be offline mode. Like, that's the thing that kind of, like, freaks me out about stuff like Diablo and even Path of Exile, is that one day that will be gone and I won't be able to play it at all. Like, not even offline. So... Aw. Guess I'll... So yeah, that was a map. Basically, the maps are much shorter versions of expeditions, but with, like, higher chances at loot. None of which I got.
Have you been somewhere? You look a little rough.
Yuck, man. None of this is good. And then these are kind of like orbs from PoE. These reroll. These are chaos orbs for non-legendary items. These are chaos orbs for legendary items, and these are. It's like an annul and an exalt all at the same time. It removes an effect, a random effect, and adds another random one. These are fun to play with. Especially if you have an item that, say, you only want, like, this amulet that I've got. Say I wanted to keep the critical hit damage and the rend to attacks and the max health, but I didn't need the elemental damage. I could technically slam it with one of these, and there's a 1 in 4 chance I'll remove the elemental and get something better. There's a 3 out of 4 chance I'll remove one of the ones I want and get garbage. But it's kind of a fun way to gamble. I've always liked games... I've always liked in games having the ability to gamble if I want to.
Greetings, my friend. How may I help?
But never feeling like it was necessary. Like, I wouldn't do it to something I'm wearing because I could ruin it. But I could pick up something that if I gamble well...
A fine item.
It could be better.
Thank you very much.
Really good. Can I finally make a stronger sword? This might be the one. Hold on.
I'll be here when you need me, friend.
Time to do math. Sorry. Alright. Broke the game. So these do plus 20, so that means if I get 3 sockets, I can get plus 60. Plus 60 would be 188, 259. That is an overall increase of like 2 damage. But it does have critical hit. Does have life leech. Yeah. And it's got better rage conservation time. I'm gonna try to craft that. Against all my better judgment. That will be the first upgrade I've found in I don't know how long. Like 15 levels? Two.
A fine item. Thank you very much. You have a good eye.
Like keeping this for any reason? It's not terrible, but lacks the toughness. No, I wasn't.
You know Mojave is always the best value.
Okay, so here comes the hard part. This is where the money sink happens. And I want to do it just to get off this fire nonsense.
I'll be here when you need me, friend.
Oh. So I probably want to add either toxic or rend damage or both. Like 2 rend and 1 toxic. Alright, so this is what I have to do. I have to not only roll 3 sockets on this, but have them all be offensive 1s. Here goes all my money. So I need 3 of those. Last time I did this, it took me about 150,000 gold. There's 2. Technically, I can just click until I see 3. When I do get 3, it's a 1 in 27 chance. Oh. So close. And see, the whole reason for that is
we appreciate it.
Offensive 1s do damage on attacks, flat damage on attacks. 2s are for spells, 3 are for ailments, so I have to get 1s because the other 2 are completely useless for me to have. And it won't be better unless I can get all 3. Damn. I'm almost certainly gonna run out of money for hitting this. Hate you. Oh, I hate you so much. Yeah, but I only hit 3, like, 1 in every, what, 10 shots? That's 1 in 270 total. Hey! There we go, the full rainbow. Almost. It's probably more like 1 in 5 that I hit a triple. I'm looking for 3 circles. 3 of these. I'm gonna run out of money though. Oh yeah, I guess I'm kind of blocking that. Oops. Yeah. So 3 circles, the bottom one on there. My bad. Okay, I'm out of gold. I'll save this project for later, I suppose. Let's do another map. Another...
Don't be shy. Mojave has everything a soldier needs.
Alright. Oh! Interesting. Yeah, let's do the boss map. These are kind of crazy, and I don't know how this is going to go. But let's do it.
Contract. Give me a second.
I'm not going to roll any area modifiers, though. It's not worth spending the money on. So this is literally just a boss. So weird. It's such a weird concept.
Well, you managed it. Take your fee.
Hey, Slab! What you been up to?
Oh my god, anyone. 16 months, dude. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, but that's all those maps are.
Fine item. Thank you very much.
I don't understand the point of them. We'll do this one. I was gonna go because for those of you that weren't here at the beginning of the stream or haven't seen my tweets, it is my anniversary, so my wife is graciously letting me do a little bit of gaming this morning, but for the most part, we've got a bunch of stuff that we're doing today for it, so.
What are you looking for? A new weapon, perhaps?
But I'll do one more map. He said for the 3rd time.
Excellent. Come back soon.
So I can't do champion yet, and I don't know what I would need to do to unlock champion. Oh, maybe I have to...
Give me a second.
I don't know. Move speed's fine. Max health sucks. Oh, crowd control. I don't do crowd control. Max health, I guess. Flaming missiles boss modifier? Yikes. Let's go all in, alright? There we go. Thank you. So yeah, a little shorter stream today, but honestly, I think Ori and the Blind Forest comes out in like 2 weeks. That's gonna be my next big game I am playing on this channel. Until then, it might be a lot more of Wolcen. I might actually start a bow character. Or hopefully get that unique shield that I was hoping for and turn this build into an entirely different monstrosity. Could be fun.
Not right now.
Ooh, there we go. Hey, thank you for the follow, Frozen. Did I get tired of team killing Hussam and Aconite? It wasn't, no, I mean, I was having a blast playing with him. I just kind of burned out on Tarkov a little bit. It got to the point where I was like, I mean, it wasn't, like, after the last day I played, for my next stream, I was thinking about, like, yeah, I'll play it again, and just, like, leading up to it, I just didn't feel any desire to. Just one of those where I can't explain it other than I think part of it was the server issues kind of, like, turned me off, and I think the other part is just how slow the game plays, that with very little time to stream and stuff like that, getting in like 2 or 3 games in like 2 hours just didn't feel good. Ow.
I did it.
This is what happens when you give enemies too much health. Yeah, Tarkov's the one that's... They're still having server issues and stuff. Just because the massive number of players doing it. And that's kind of how I get with, like, repetitious games like this, games like Apex, games like Tarkov. It's one of those that one morning I'll wake up and I'll just kind of like sit down at the computer and I'll be like, I don't want to spend the time to click the button to open the game. And when that happens, I know it's time for a break. That's just kind of my that's my sign a little bit, I guess. And it'll happen with this game. One day I'll sit down and all of a sudden I'll be like, I just can't do another, like, grind thing. I just can't right now. And I'll probably play Apex for a few days or something. Who knows? Ow. Rude. Stop. Also, I kind of want to see what this is about. Not better. Close to better. Lead damage, material ailment chance. I mean, I don't think it would be bad, but great. Add 60 to each number. It's 163 to 268. Lower than what I've got.
It's not possible.
Now, it might be possible to re-roll that into something good enough to use. You started to burn out on 76, you realized you had a second character. So here we go again, yeah. And like I said, that's kind of my thing with Tarkov too, is I didn't feel like I was progressing, and I didn't feel like progressing was going to be something I could do in any reasonable amount of time. So that's also kind of a part. At least in something like this, if I can just sit down for an hour and play this for a little bit, at least I kind of feel like I've accomplished something, even if it wasn't much. Even if it was a single level or a couple expeditions or like one little like city building thing completed. Just something, a little bit of progress. Yeah. Either way, Tarkov's a great game, though. Just not currently my jam. Back out here. Hello? I think what I would like, and I'm at the point in this game where I feel like I'm not gonna be really ruining anything by like searching videos. I might go looking for videos on this game to see if anyone's made like a full tank. Just like 100% block chance, 300,000 health, like monster that does like no damage. Because in this game, it's kind of slower anyway. I feel like that might not be the worst thing. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Yikes, dude. Big yikes. Oh god, no, 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 no. You're not allowed to do that. Another map. Map sustain! Kind of. Not how it works. God, game, give me all the stuff, why don't you? Alright, friendo. Oh god, you're gonna hurt, aren't you? Oh, yeah, you are. Get out of here. Woo. Oh, are you still alive? Bad. Did I go in here? I think I did. Honestly, can't remember. Are you still alive? We can fix that. Yeah. This game's trying, and you know what? I respect it a lot about this game. Oh, Jesus. This game lets you know it's trying to kill you, but very rarely does it just kill you. Like, you can see all these moves are very well, they're very well, what's the word everyone uses? Oops, not that. Telegraphed. They're well telegraphed. You can see, like, lines on the ground where the move's gonna happen, or circles, or whatever, and you can get out of the way. It's still hard. I spent 2 hours on one of the bosses. I think it was the Act 1 boss, actually. I spent 2 hours on the Act 1 boss.
Well, don't ask me
on this character. Not online, just, you know, by myself. Which was probably good, because some of the things I said were probably not safe for Twitch. Or really anyone, for that matter. Yeah, telegraphed. So, like, you can see that every, like, aside from, like, normal attacks the enemies do, like, just basic attacks that don't hit very hard, like, especially the champion mobs and the bosses, all of their, like, really hard-hitting ones will have, like, a red cone or, like, a red circle or a red, like, line that you have to, like, get out of the way of before it happens. Very much like games like Final Fantasy XIV. It's very MMO-like. WildStar did that. Final Fantasy XIV does that. But it's quick. It's not easy to get out of the way of. And if you don't know what moves a monster has, you're going to get blindsided. But it doesn't change the fact that it is still entirely possible to dodge everything based on entirely visual cues. Which, man, I'm gonna tell you what, that's big in my book. It's a big deal.
You have a good eye.
Still have no critical damage on my rings. 26% base crit? Oh, well, I'm definitely keeping that.
Tell your friends.
First things first.
Mojave stand in the palace district.
I don't know why it does this sometimes. If you click your chest, it'll open, but nothing in it will be clickable. Get rid of the 18. Higher percent.
Hi, customer. Welcome to my humble stand.
Things.
A fine item. Thank you very much.
Still, though, gotten a couple upgrades today. That's garbage. I'm just... Oh, wow. Ferocity. Crit chance and attack speed, but I lose some damage, and I lose block chance, which I can't really get rid of. And a little bit now.
You have a good eye.
Thanks, buddy. He's so nice. Mojave best friend.
A fine item.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Man, I got one level in an hour and a half. I still need 2 more to get to here. Leveling definitely slows down in the late game. So, max level in this game is 90. I'm at 63, and it's already slowing down a good bit. I imagine if I had, like, a more overpowered build, and I could, like, do, like, level 80, 90, 100 stuff, I'd probably be leveling faster, but... I like that you can reset passives, too. I don't love the fact that, you can only reset all of them at once. And, like, a lot of this stuff is probably useless. Like, this is useless. That's useless. That's super useless. This is useless. That's mostly useless. So I'm wondering if there's a better way. Like... I'm wondering if I should have done... This is something I'll probably look into later. All res, max health. All res, max health would have been nice. So I wonder if I could have gotten these Then this, come over here. And it's projectile stuff, though. I don't need that. That wouldn't have helped either. Go up here. That seems broken. I don't think attack speed score is going to be worth it. I could have come up here and made my way over here instead. Don't need that, but it is critical, which is... I don't need this, but it's super nice for bosses. Block chance is great. Block efficiency, that's what I need to do. Damage with one-handed weapons, block efficiency. And see, there's a lot of these type things, which is a lot of reading, but there's a lot of stuff that's like, do more damage, but lose all resistance. Like, that hurts. Like, the only thing keeping me alive right now is the fact that my all-res is, 58, 59% reduction. Well, guys, hold on. Not gonna go yet.
Greetings, my friend.
Oh.
How may I help you?
Got things to do. First off. Alright, let's do this. Boop. I'm gonna get crit damage on one of these. Not the one. The one either. Oh. I got max health. See if I can keep the max health and get crit damage. So here we go. Bolt damage. Force shield. Kept the max health through 3 of those. Holy crap. Man, it's not... I mean, it's a lot of stuff I don't need. Like, lightning damage doesn't help me. Life leech doesn't... Or life leech on lightning doesn't help me. Spell casting speed doesn't help me. Force shield's not great. It's just the health that's good. I lose damage to attacks and elemental resist and imperial resist. $868 health, though. So nice. Not doing it just yet. I'm gonna keep playing with it. Alright, and I got a little bit of money, so... Please. Only have 50k. I want it so bad. You know, I'm just gonna float right here while I do this. Ah! Come on. I got a 1 and then 2 1s. You can't give me all of that together, can you? Damn it. God, it's so much work. It's so much work to do that. But it's going to be a pretty sizable
Thank you
damage
for your
boost when I
custom.
do,
We
so.
appreciate it.
Yeah, this unique is level 49, and this sword's level 67, and it barely ekes it out if I get full sockets on it. I've heard that it's even possible. I've heard that it's entirely possible to get sockets on uniques using the endgame system, the transmutation chamber. I've heard it's possible to somehow. I don't know the details though. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I would love to stick around and hang out more today, but like I said, 15 years with my wife, and she deserves a little bit of my attention at least. So yeah, I will be back Thursday. Thursday I'll be back potentially with more Wolcen. Maybe something else instead. Maybe we'll do like a Binding of Isaac day or a Hades day or something like that. Maybe she deserves a vacation. Yeah, from me. No kidding. I mean, she gets that enough though. I play video games all the time, so. But she does. Don't get me wrong, she does. We're actually going on vacation later this year, probably June or July, for a week, so that'll happen. It's just delayed. It's just... Anyway, who the hell wants to go on vacation in February? It's nowhere around here. I guess we could go to Florida where it's warm, but she's been to Florida once, and I don't know. Neither of us does well with humidity. Anyway, you guys know what